Hi friends, welcome. Today I'm making a simple spring DIY using the crafting items that you see here. This video is in honor of the recently passed Victoria Mackenzie-Childs, one of the two founding members of the popular decor company MACKENZIE-CHILDS. This video is part of a collaboration hosted by my friends Annie of Annie Jones and Dawn of Shabby meets Bling. Please visit their channels to see what they've created in honor of Victoria Mackenzie-Childs. And be sure to watch the entire playlist, which is linked in this video's description. I'm certain you won't be disappointed. Let's get started here with this great Dollar Tree picture frame. I bought this picture frame about a year ago and I had all sorts of ideas for it, and I'm finally using it for this project here. I'm taking out this paper inside the frame and I'm using it as a guide to cut out this great black and white checkered paper. Now this paper is actually called deli paper. It's what a lot of eateries use for their greasy takeout foods. Yes, you heard that correctly. So I was at an eatery one day and I noticed this paper on the countertop, and I asked the lady behind the counter if she would mind if I took a few pieces of this paper. Actually, I think I asked for one and she gave me a few. It is great when you are a lover of checker pattern, and I've used this paper for many projects. So I'm going to put that paper down once I've cut it out. I'm going to use the white side of this paper that comes with the frame, putting it down. Because our black and white paper is see-through, I want to make sure that that image does not come through. Now, take note of my black and white checkered bracelet there. I had to show that to you because it's just perfect for this project. Now, I'm going to use some flowers here. Initially, I was thinking of using all white flowers, but this is a tribute to Victoria Mackenzie-Childs, and I'm certain that she would prefer bright, vibrant flowers. And so I went ahead and got some colored flowers that come in this great orange and purple color, and I think that it's going to look fantastic here on our picture frame. I'm just gluing that first one right down. It seems to match my top. I love when that happens. And then I'm going to take these white flowers and just glue them down to the picture frame. Now I make sure to also glue the petals or some of the petals down on these flowers to the picture frame, because the backs of these flowers are not completely flat. They have a bit of body to them. They sort of stick out a bit, and so they don't glue down to the picture frame flat, if that makes sense. And so ensuring that they stay stuck to the picture frame, I do make sure to glue down some of those petals. So here so far we have our orange and white, and then we're going to add our purple flowers. Just using my very inexpensive hot glue gun. We don't need anything fancy for this DIY. Again, it is a simple spring DIY. There we go, gluing, making sure to glue down a petal as well as the back of the flower. And that's all the florals that I'll be using here. I did note I should probably have glued my Easter bunny ears first and then my florals, but live and learn, so I did the florals first. We're done with that. And I'm going to go ahead and just take these pearl ears. I love these bunny ears. I've actually worn this headband at Easter time a couple of times, I think, and now it's time to do something different with it. So they come off quite easily. I did buy this headband at Dollarama here in Canada a few years ago, and now it's going to be perfect for this DIY. The actual headband I'm going to save for another project. I'm going to glue these directly onto the picture frame. Some bunny ears, I think, don't have enough of a base to glue down directly to a picture frame, so you'd probably have to glue it to the back of the picture frame. These ones are nice and wide. They have depth to them, so they do glue down nicely. Now, I do note here that it's going to take a while for me to really secure these, so I'm going to go ahead and just add a bead of glue to the back of each of these ears. And as well, I realize that I'll have to also glue the front of them. Now, the front of them is covered by the flowers, so I don't mind at all that I'm adding glue to the front, because you are not going to see that glue. They're going to be nicely covered by the flowers. And I also make sure to glue some petals down to the glue that I just put down there. And we're almost done. Now I'm going to add a bow using this great ribbon that I just purchased at Michael's. I do have other harlequin patterned ribbon, which is in black and white. This one is more of a black and beige, and it's a nicer fabric, I think. The other ribbon I have is sort of shiny and satiny. This is more of a rough feel to it, and I really do like it a lot. So we're going to fold over the ribbon. We're going to make the simplest bow ever. We're going to gather it in the middle there, sort of accordion style. And I'm going to just grab some wire. I fiddle around a little bit with the wire just to get it started. But once I get it started, we wrap it around really securely. Now, we can also glue the middle of this rather than using wire. I tend to prefer to use a wire. I just get it really tightly wound, and I find a wire works really, really well. But we can also glue it. Once you have your accordion style gathering in place, you just simply glue in between all those gathers. Now I'm going to confess, once I noticed the bow was a little too big off camera, I went and made it a bit smaller. That's how much ribbon I cut off of the original length. Now I have this great pearl wrap that is sticky on the back, and you can see it matches great with those ears there. So because it's sticky on the back, I don't even need to use glue. I simply wrap it around. It stays in place. It's great. But I will, of course, need glue to glue the bow into position. So I'm going to put some of the hot glue right inside the flowers there onto the picture frame. I really want to make sure that this bow gets in there really nicely. I don't want it sticking out too much. I want it to be a part of the whole look, and I want it to kind of get really in there. So I make sure to do that. I burnt my finger there a bit. I always do with hot glue. And so we secure it, and we make sure that it's in there really nicely. Now I'm going to show you how I style this downstairs on my lower level. Okay, we're downstairs. You can see my table there with a checkered tablecloth and vase. This is the cabinet that I'll be styling. I'm using this great checkered runner here. I love having an excuse to pull out this runner. It's my favorite. And then I'm adding all my checkered and harlequin patterned picture frames there. And rather than using photos in this display, I'm just using white paper because I don't want it to detract from our DIY that I just made. And we're going to place that DIY right in the middle there, right in the center of this display. Here we go. I think this looks perfect here. I love that little pop of color, and it looks nice with all of our black and white and black and beige pieces. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that I made Victoria Mackenzie-Childs proud. Please be sure to go and watch the whole playlist. Thank you to our hosts, Annie of Crafting with Indiana Jones, and Dawn of Shabby meets Bling. Again, please be sure to watch the entire playlist, which is linked in my description. This collaboration is a wonderful tribute to the late Victoria Mackenzie-Childs. This is hosted by my dear friend Annie of Crafting with Indiana Jones. Annie, thank you so much for asking me to be a part of this. I'm so honored. And thank you also, Dawn of Shabby Meets Bling.